Are you slowing down, bro? Oh, yeah, let's go! Let's go! There we go.
He holds the Guinness World Record certificate for, yes, you guessed it, the world's widest mouth.
These stories are certainly mind-boggling. The real-life experiences of people with such extraordinary physical traits are both fascinating and inspiring. From the woman with the world's largest natural breasts to the girl with a tongue that stretches 3.8 inches, these individuals face challenges and humorous situations that most people could never even imagine. Their resilience and ability to embrace their uniqueness are powerful reminders of how diversity in human bodies can be both awe-inspiring and thought-provoking. The humor and confidence they bring to their situations make these stories even more memorable. Annie Hawkins Turner, the woman with the world's largest natural breasts, weighing 60 kilograms. Annie Hawkins Turner, a 66-year-old woman from Atlanta, Georgia, is famous not just for holding the Guinness World Record for the world's largest natural breasts, but for her massive chest that weighs a staggering 60 kilograms and measures nearly 1.4 meters in length. Since 1999, her breasts have become an unexpected symbol of the unusual, but few truly understand the blend of humor and hardship that accompanies such a unique body. From the age of 9, Annie dealt with the abnormal development of her body, which made her a target for bullying. Once, at a birthday party, she simply sat upright, and the table beneath her collapsed with a loud crash, sending everyone into a frenzy to avoid the mess. Her enormous breasts didn't just bring embarrassment, they became a constant source of discomfort throughout her childhood. But Annie didn't let her supersized chest define her as a burden. As she grew older, she recognized the attraction of her body and transformed it into an asset. She created her own website, which quickly gained a loyal following, earning her millions. In just months, she had earned $50,000, a sum that soared well beyond $1 million. Despite the financial success, the challenges never ceased. With breasts weighing 60 kilograms, Annie struggles with everyday tasks. She can't lie on her back to sleep, drive normally, or move downstairs without great care to avoid accidents. Her giant chest also puts tremendous strain on her shoulders and spine. Still, Annie has no intention of undergoing surgery. Instead, she has turned her remarkable figure into a lucrative business, showing that even the most difficult circumstances can lead to unexpected opportunities. Mel Ranelli, the goddess with 8-foot hips, a real-life wonder. Imagine stepping into a world where the extraordinary becomes everyday reality. That's the world of Mel Ranelli, a woman whose 8-foot wide hips have made her an unforgettable figure. With a petite waist that seems almost ordinary, her hips curve into a dramatic and jaw-dropping shape that captivates everyone she encounters. Her life is a tapestry of humorous and unexpected moments. Picture this: on a warm summer afternoon, Mel strolls into the local supermarket. Shopping for the basics isn't just an errand for her, it's a performance. Navigating narrow aisles becomes an adventure as curious onlookers can't help but watch her every move. Reaching for a bottle on the top shelf often turns into a lighthearted spectacle, with amused whispers and smiles trailing behind her. Yet, she handles it all with grace, becoming an unexpected celebrity in spaces as mundane as the grocery store. But Michael's story isn't all about laughter. She's candid about the challenges her unique figure brings. During her pregnancies, her hips seemed to grow with unstoppable determination, fueled by her daily intake of over 5,000 calories, a hearty feast that might include a full roasted chicken and creamy pasta dishes. The photos she shares on social media often leave viewers stunned, wondering how such a silhouette could be real. Despite the endless jokes and online chatter, some kind, others less so, Mel stands tall, unbothered by the noise. She laughs at the absurdity of it all, embracing her life with confidence and humor. To her, these hips aren't a burden but a celebration of individuality. They've made her a symbol of freedom, self-acceptance, and resilience. In every twist and turn of her journey, Mel Ranelli reminds us that life's most extraordinary features often hold the greatest stories, and she wears hers with undeniable pride. Millie and Christine McCoy, the two-headed twins who learned to live together. Picture this: two girls, each with a unique face, yet sharing the same body, stepping onto a stage. Each one controls part of a song, singing from two different heads. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. Millie and Christine McCoy, the famous conjoined twins known as the two-headed nightingale, are a phenomenon like no other. It's as if two voices are harmonizing, each girl singing a separate melody, yet blending seamlessly in a way that captivates the audience. It's an extraordinary performance, leaving everyone in awe. However, behind their breathtaking shows lies a story about mealtime that could only be described as hilarious. Picture this: during dinner, Millie craves chocolate mousse, while Christine is all about spicy spaghetti. The challenge? When Millie takes a spoonful of cake, Christine, ready to dive into her spaghetti, pulls their shared body along. "Hey, I'm not done yet," Millie protests. But Christine responds with a defiant, "I've been craving this all day, leave me alone." These food battles are a regular occurrence, but instead of frustration, the sisters laugh it off, embracing the quirks of their shared life. And the challenges didn't stop there. When they went out, they had to be extra cautious to avoid bumping into each other. Once, while trying to get through a crowded street, they had to pause and maneuver through a group of pedestrians, squeezing through one by one. People stared at them as though they were part of a surreal movie. But despite the stares and the daily struggles, Millie and Christine never let their differences define them. They learned 5 languages, performed together, and held on to their shared love for music. They lived a life only they could truly understand, independent yet always united. And when their lives came to an end, they were just 12 hours apart, still together in the bond they shared. Grand P. Musa Sandayana Kaba, the small man with an aging body. Don't let his appearance fool you, Grand P is nothing short of a phenomenon. Despite his body aging at a rapid pace due to progeria, there's something irresistibly captivating about him. His small stature stands in stark contrast to the challenges he faces every day. Imagine him walking into a high society event, dressed in a sleek black suit. But there's a twist: the collar is so wide, it seems like it could fit a helmet. It's not the luxury of the suit that draws attention, but the sheer audacity of it. People can't help but wonder, do they look at him or at that impossible jacket? When he walks through the banquet tables, the jacket gets stuck on the chairs, sending the crowd into fits of laughter. But have you ever seen Grand P flustered? Never. He laughs along, clapping his hands, and carries on as if nothing happened. For him, a mishap is just another moment to turn into an unforgettable story. Nothing can bring Grand P down, not his appearance, not the hurdles in his music and political career. But what really keeps people talking is his relationship with his girlfriend, Udo Iyao. Their romance has sparked endless rumors, from whispers of financial motives to questions about true love. Yet Grand P, with unwavering confidence, faces these gossiping tongues head-on. Their love isn't just a relationship, it's a revolution. It challenges the very boundaries of appearance and societal expectations. Ayanna Williams, the woman with the world's longest nails. Ayanna Williams is a well-known American woman who earned a spot in the Guinness World Records in 2018 for having the world's longest nails, which total an astonishing length of over 180 inches, about 4.5 meters. While her nails have brought her fame, they also come with their own set of challenges. Every morning, when Ayanna heads out to go shopping, simple tasks become a struggle. Her long nails constantly get in the way of everything. Grabbing her credit card requires a delicate dance of both hands, each finger maneuvered with precision, almost like playing Tetris. Every movement has to be calculated to avoid breaking one of her prized nails. When she visits a coffee shop, the issue becomes even more comical. Her long fingers can't reach the cup, and a careless movement sends coffee spilling everywhere. Onlookers can't help but laugh, and Ayanna, in her characteristic good humor, sighs, "These nails make me stand out, but they also get me into all sorts of awkward situations." But the challenges don't end there. Ayanna shared another humorous tale about using the restroom. With nails nearly 5 meters long, simple tasks like pulling up her pants or balancing them while sitting become a constant battle. Her fingers tangle together, forcing her to be patient, bit by bit, in order to avoid a disaster. Laughing at the situation, she joked, "Maybe I should write a book about the adventures of these nails." After nearly 2 decades of nurturing her nails, Ayanna decided in 2021 that it was time for a change. Despite all the laughs and difficulties, she cut them off. Today, her extraordinary nails are displayed at Ripley's Museum, where visitors can marvel at their remarkable length and imagine the challenges that come with living with such a unique and cumbersome feature. Asha Zulu Mandela, the girl with 33.5-meter-long dreadlocks. Asha Zulu Mandela is not just a model, she's also the proud owner of an extraordinary 33.5-meter-long head of dreadlocks. Her hair has brought her both attention and humor, and it's this unique trait that has defined much of her colorful life. Growing up, her family was less than enthusiastic about her decision to grow her hair long. Her mother often asked, "What are you going to do with that hair? Are you planning to keep it like that forever?" But Asha was undeterred. She continued growing her hair, and soon, her incredibly long locks became a focal point wherever she went. However, there was one challenge that many overlooked. Her hair, while beautiful, was also extremely heavy, making everyday tasks much more difficult. One day, as she walked through a busy downtown area, disaster struck. Her massive dreadlocks got caught in the handle of a coffee shop door, pulling her backward. But the trouble didn't end there. As she freed herself from the door, a gust of wind blew her hair into the spokes of a passing bicycle. Standing frozen in place, Asha couldn't help but notice the curious stares of onlookers. The child riding the bike stopped and exclaimed, "Oh my God, what's that huge rug?" Asha, ever the quick thinker, smiled and responded, "This is hair, not a doormat." Moments later, an employee from the cafe rushed outside with scissors, asking, "Do you need help?" Asha shook her head, carefully untangled her hair from the bicycle's wheel, and continued on her way, though her hair nearly tripped her up. Despite the many awkward moments and challenges her dreadlocks bring, Asha remains proud of them. Her hair has not only become a personal symbol of her journey, but has also inspired her to launch a natural hair care brand. As Asha herself says, "This long hair is still a part of my life." With a combination of confidence and humor, she has turned her giant dreadlocks into an inseparable part of her identity. Nyakim Gad Witch, the Queen of Darkness. Nyakim Gad Witch, known as the Queen of Darkness, is famous for her stunning pitch-black, shiny skin. But what many don't know is that her unique skin not only fills her with pride, but also leads to some humorous and unexpected situations. Once, at a fashion event in Tokyo, Nyakim entered a dimly lit room where the only source of light came from small lanterns. When the lights suddenly went out, Nyakim stood perfectly still, and to everyone's surprise, she completely disappeared into the darkness. Panic ensued as people scrambled to find her. A photographer jokingly said, "She must be a ninja, always blending into the shadows." When the lights came back on, there she was, standing in the exact spot, causing the room to erupt in laughter and applause. However, Nyakim admits that her ability to disappear into the dark has sometimes caused challenges in her work. During another photo shoot, she stood against a black backdrop, and the photographer couldn't capture her as she blended in too well. The whole team had to stop and use flashes from different angles to rescue her from this unexpected situation. Despite these funny moments, Nyakim is immensely proud of her skin. She has not only learned to laugh at the situations it creates, but has also turned her dark skin into a symbol of strength and confidence. As she often says, "If anyone challenges me to a game of hide and seek, I'll definitely win." Her skin helps her stand out, not only in the light, but also in the dark, making it impossible for anyone to look away. Chanel Tapper, the woman with the world's longest tongue who turns heads. Chanel Tapper, a woman from Houston, Texas, made her mark in the Guinness World Records for having the world's longest tongue, measuring an impressive 9.75 centimeters, 3.8 inches. But few know that Chanel discovered her extraordinary talent at just 8 years old. One Halloween, dressed as a vampire, her tongue stretched far beyond her canine teeth, so much so that it could even touch her nose without her trying. Her unusual tongue became the subject of teasing and curious stares from her friends. "Chanel, your tongue is so long, it's like a snake," they joked, and those comments made her feel self-conscious. Rather than letting her difference become a source of embarrassment, Chanel chose to embrace it as her unique strength. She started posting videos of her tongue, twisting and curling with ease, and quickly caught the attention of social media. One Instagram post, and her 9.75 centimeters tongue set the internet ablaze. Compliments flooded in, but there were also less than appropriate comments, especially from men, who hinted at interesting uses for her tongue. Chanel, however, wasn't afraid to stand her ground, responding firmly to any disrespect and making it clear that her difference was something she valued. Chanel's long tongue has become more than just a physical trait. It has turned her into a social media sensation, a symbol of confidence, and a reminder that sometimes, what makes us different can open doors to unexpected opportunities. Zion Clark, the legless wrestling sensation who left the world in awe. Zion Clark, the legless man from Columbus, Ohio, has a story that defies belief. Born with a rare syndrome that left him without a lower body, Zion is a living example of strength and resilience. The first time he entered a wrestling competition, instead of running like the other competitors, he dove right into the match, propelling himself with his body, spinning, and using his upper body to launch an attack. His throws, spins, and strategic moves to force his opponents out of the ring were executed with precision, leaving the crowd in awe. Despite having no legs to help build momentum, Zion mastered control of the ring, earning admiration from all who watched. But Zion's life wasn't without its struggles. Few people know that the humorous and sometimes ridiculous situations he faces due to his unique body are a part of his everyday reality. Once, while shopping at a grocery store, he was trying to reach a jar of seasoning on a high shelf. When the jar slipped from his hand and fell to the floor, Zion tried to pick it up, but without legs, bending down was impossible. So, he sat in his wheelchair, spun around like a turntable, and reached the jar. The crowd around him couldn't help but chuckle, but Zion just laughed along, waved to the onlookers, and carried on as if it were just another normal day in his life. Zion may not have legs, but his extraordinary strength and willpower allow him to tackle any challenge. He competes, works out, and lives just like anyone else, overcoming obstacles only he truly understands. It's that unbreakable perseverance that has made Zion Clark a living legend, whose story will never fade. Galicia Nightingale, the girl with the strangely beautiful blue eyes. Galicia Nightingale, a model known for her striking blue eyes, has made waves in the fashion world, captivating everyone she meets. Born in Barbados, her eyes are a rare genetic trait passed down from her father, setting her apart in a way that has shaped her life's journey. As a child, Galicia faced relentless teasing from her peers. The kids in her neighborhood would mock her, calling her eyes monstrous and even saying, "She sees the whole world in her eyes." Though these words were just childish taunts, they felt like daggers to her sensitive heart. Nobody understood that her unusual eyes weren't something to be ashamed of, they were a genetic gift. But, despite the hurt, Galicia learned to accept and embrace her differences. Things began to change as she grew older and dreamed of making it in the fashion world, where individuality could shine. Despite numerous rejections at casting calls, Galicia never gave up on her dream. One day, a renowned photographer noticed her at a fitting. Her distinct blue eyes immediately caught his attention. "These eyes are truly striking," he said, inviting her to participate in a photo shoot for his campaign. This moment became the turning point in Galicia's career, boosting her confidence and opening the doors to the fashion industry. Today, Galicia has not only overcome the stigma but has turned her eyes into her greatest asset. No longer shying away from attention, she proudly embraces her rare feature. Her blue eyes are more than just a standout characteristic, they've become a symbol of strength and inspiration to anyone who feels different. Galicia's story proves that sometimes, it's our unique traits that give us the power to shine the brightest. Sultan Abdul Samed, the 7'4" tall man. Sultan Abdul Samed, towering at 7 feet 4 inches, is a figure who never goes unnoticed. While his extraordinary height makes him stand out in a crowd, it also brings its fair share of challenges, especially when traveling or navigating everyday life. One morning at a hotel, he faced a dilemma when trying to enter the bathroom. He had to bend nearly in half just to fit through the door, and even the bathtub proved too small for him. Luckily, the hotel had a shower where he could sit on a small chair, but it was still a far cry from the comfort he was used to. The difficulties didn't stop there. At a small local restaurant, he had to hunch over just to fit inside, and his shoulders still brushed against the ceiling. The chairs were too narrow, and he often found himself feeling cramped in spaces designed for average-sized people. On top of this, Suleimana faces health challenges due to his towering height, including joint pain that can leave him immobile at times. Despite the inconveniences and moments of discomfort, Suleimana remains determined to live a positive life. Though he occasionally dreams of a surgery to reduce his height, for now, he embraces the unique experiences that come with being exceptionally tall. His life, though unpredictable, is one he faces with strength and resilience, showing that even the tallest hurdles can be overcome with the right mindset. Willie Murphy, 82-year-old granny with muscular strength who took down an intruder in an instant. At 82 years old, Willie Murphy defied every stereotype about age and frailty when she single-handedly took down an intruder in her own home. The night seemed ordinary enough until she heard the creak of a door opening. Little did the intruder know, he was about to encounter a powerhouse, not a vulnerable old lady. With the strength of a bodybuilder and the heart of a lion, Willie sprang into action. She charged at the intruder with the speed and precision of someone far younger, her eyes burning with fierce determination. "What do you think you're doing here?" she demanded, grabbing him effortlessly. In an instant, she threw him aside like he was nothing, pinning him to the ground with the unshakable power that left him gasping for air. Her grip was like iron, and the intruder, unable to escape, begged for mercy. But Willie was relentless. By the time the police arrived, the intruder was unconscious on the floor. They were stunned by the sight, unable to believe that an 82-year-old woman could possess such force. Willie's story quickly spread, becoming a legend that proved that strength isn't determined by age, it's defined by the unwavering will and dedication to physical power. Mrs. Murphy showed the world that with the right mindset, anyone can conquer the odds, no matter how intimidating they may seem. Prince Radian, the worm man with no arms and no legs. Prince Radian, known as the Worm Man, is an artist who has redefined what it means to push boundaries. With no arms or legs, he left a captivated audience in New York speechless with his unique talent. On that particular afternoon, he decided to push his limits further by drawing with his lips. As he began, the pencil seemed to have a mind of its own, slipping away from him at every turn. "No way," he laughed, "this pencil is ruining my vibe." But Prince Radian wasn't about to let something as small as a stubborn pencil stop him. With determination, he stretched and twisted his neck, using his lips like a true master to grab the pencil and continue creating his remarkable artwork. The crowd was in awe not just of his skill, but of the unbreakable spirit of a man with no arms and no legs who refused to give up. The performance didn't end there. In a moment that left the audience gasping, Radiant effortlessly rolled a cigarette on stage, using only his tongue and lips. His performance proved that limitations are only temporary obstacles, and with enough strength and creativity, anything is possible. Prince Radian showed the world that even when the odds are stacked against you, you can still rise and shine. Wildine Almoith, the shortest woman in the world. Wildine Almoith, standing at a modest 72 centimeters, made history as the shortest woman in the world and the first professional model of her height. But life with such a small body presents its challenges. One day, on her way to an important photo shoot, Wildine ran into a problem. When she tried to enter the studio, her wheelchair got stuck on the doormat and couldn't fit through the door. With her characteristic sense of humor, she laughed and said, "Even a wheelchair has to find an escape route." The entire crew burst into laughter at her quick wit. But the awkward moments didn't stop there. When trying on clothes, the outfits were too long, and the shoes were too big, making them impossible to wear even after being altered. Wildine, ever the optimist, joked, "This is fashion for giants." But the designer didn't give up. They tailored outfits specifically for her, turning what seemed impossible into a reality. Now, at fashion events, Wildine dazzles under the spotlight with her charm and humor, proving that you don't need to be taller to shine. Kim Goodman, the woman with eyes that protrude 0.7 inches. Kim Goodman, known for her extraordinary ability to make her eyes protrude a shocking 0.7 inches, has long been a subject of fascination and awe. One evening at a fair, she once again became the center of attention. In the middle of a crowd, a slight bump caused an unbelievable moment. Kim's eyes bulged out so far they almost popped out of their sockets. But there was no pain, no panic, just a calm smile as she casually pushed her eyes out even further, as though they were an unusual piece of jewelry. This left the crowd screaming and running away, but Kim remained composed. When a curious onlooker asked, "Can you see anything when your eyes bulge out like that?" Kim responded with humor, "Oh yes, they still work just fine, with just a little adjustment." The crowd, now intrigued and amused, burst into laughter at her confident and easygoing attitude toward her unique ability. Kim didn't just earn a Guinness World Record for her impressive bulging eyes, she became a symbol of confidence and mental strength. What initially startled people became something they admired, as they were drawn to her humor and the pride she took in her unusual talent. Kim Goodman proved that with the right mindset, even the most unconventional traits can become sources of empowerment and fascination. Francisco Domingo Hakim, the man with the widest mouth in the world. From a young age, Francisco Domingo Hakim was known for his jaw-dropping ability, his remarkably wide mouth. In his free time, he would often create daring videos, stretching his mouth as wide as possible or fitting various objects into it, leaving viewers both amazed and a little creeped out. These videos quickly gained popularity online, earning countless views and likes from people around the world. One of these clips caught the attention of Guinness World Records officials, who decided to send a team to his hometown in Angola to officially measure his record. Francisco was soon recognized as holding the record for the widest mouth, stretching a jaw-dropping 17 centimeters horizontally. In 2011, Francisco wowed audiences again when he appeared on the Big Mouth competition, aired on national Italian television. Contestants were tasked with fitting objects of varying sizes into their mouths, and no one could surpass Francisco's incredible ability. He managed to fit a nearly 500 milliliters can of soda into his mouth, setting a new standard for mouth-stretching feats. Francisco has since continued to amaze and entertain with his unique skill, showing the world that his extraordinary mouth is more than just a spectacle, it's a true talent. Troy James, the man who can bend his body nearly 360 degrees. Troy James, a Canadian contortionist, is known for his jaw-dropping ability to bend his body almost 360 degrees. Living with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, EDS, a condition that makes his connective tissues extraordinarily flexible, Troy has turned his body's flexibility into a captivating art form. But this rare talent doesn't always lead to smooth situations. While filming a scene for a super thief character, Troy had to bend his body through a small window to make a quick escape. But instead of gracefully slipping through, he got stuck, his body too flexible for the narrow bars. What was meant to be a high-action escape sequence became a moment of hilarious tension as crew members scrambled to free him. "Oh no, this isn't part of the script," Troy joked, adding humor to the unexpected predicament. In the end, what seemed like a blunder turned into a creative opportunity. The producers decided to use the incident in the final film, turning Troy's mishap into a standout scene where his character escapes from a bizarre trap, perfectly showcasing his extraordinary contortion skills. Though his flexibility sometimes leads to awkward and surprising moments, Troy James embraces every twist and turn as an essential part of his career, solidifying his place as a one-of-a-kind talent in the entertainment industry. So, we've come to the end of the stories about these 17 incredible black individuals with the most unique bodies in the world. It's truly astonishing to see the abilities beyond imagination and the quirky secrets that lie behind these extraordinary features. What did you think? Were you amazed? If you want to dive into more captivating and surprising stories, share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on even more thrilling content from us.